The Grand Valley Auto Sports Desk, sponsored by Grand Valley Auto.
And we're back for another edition of the Final Whistle meets Grand Valley Auto Sports Desk. Actually on a desk again this time around. Garrett Brown here once again. Well, we are in March, and that can only mean one thing. Well, two things. It can also mean finding new ways to shove green food dye and everything, but more importantly, it means playoff basketball. And over in the Front Range, one of the Western Slope's own, conveniently already wearing some green, had a chance at bringing home a state title. The Delta Panthers girls basketball team reached their first Final Four in team history over in the Front Range, but did not stop there. The Panthers aced their semifinal matchup, taking down the Timnath Cubs, and were just one win away from hoisting a state championship trophy. But to do so, they'd have to take down their toughest opponent yet in the undefeated University Bulldogs. Delta fans packing out their section at the Denver Coliseum, looking for a state title to bring back home with them. I'm sure they'd find some room in their cars. And as for the Delta players, well, they were looking for another offensive outburst like the one they had in the 56-46 victory over Timnath. Less than 24 hours before this game, another offensive outburst from number 13, Breezy Huff, would certainly go a long way. The Panthers seniors scored a career-high 27 in the semifinal victory. But like I said, the Bulldogs, they absolutely deserve to be here. Undefeated this season and the number one seed in the class bracket. Carly Thorpe, listed at 6'1", wasted no time getting the Dogs going with a second chance effort for the score. Delta, though, they were not deterred. They may not have the size advantage, but the three ball in basketball can be the great equalizer sometimes. J.C. Christie buries it for the Panthers from atop the key. Panthers sharpshooting really on display. Jordan Reed gets a good shot here, but not a great one. She makes a smart dish to Paige Kamier, who knocks it down. Delta has themselves a 1-point lead at this point, and Kamier would stay scorching from beyond the arc. Comes right back with another one after the Panthers work the ball around. This one from deep. University has a problem on their hands. Delta just can't seem to miss. Huff bringing the ball down in this next clip, and it's not just Kamier having a big game from beyond the arc. Maya Abeda's turn to knock this one down from three, and she does it as well. And that Panthers bench, after they call a timeout here, is getting fired up behind their teammates. And that vaunted Delta Panthers defense that's held opponents to 25 or lower 11 times this year shows up once again. Martinez forces the turnover here. Kamier swipes it. Fast break for Delta. Delta tries to work it in close in transition, but that size advantage shows up again for the Dogs. Janae Kravig with the rejection. If that last name sounds familiar, that's actually the sibling of the CMU women's all-time assist leader, Kylie Kravig. Dogs, Bulldogs defense now really bearing down. Delta once again tries to work it inside, but Martinez is blocked by Addison Harding, the Bulldog senior, another 6-footer on this roster. Down the stretch, that Dogs team really leaning on that size advantage. Free throws off, but Harding won't be denied with the putback and the score. Delta down the stretch just could not keep pace, and this great season and run in the playoffs comes to an end in the championship as the Bulldogs run the clock down there. They win this one at a final of 42-35. Let's stick with high school sports before we get to break. Well, a Delta Panthers team did pick up a pair of wins with the Delta baseball team making it down to Manitou Springs in a lopsided 18-2 win. Then they circled back around to beat Resurrection Christian. They survived a late surge here to win this one 7-6. Fruita Monument also wins big 11-1 against Vista Peak Prep. And don't look now, the Wildcats are 3-1 to start off their season. Fruita Monument also had a blowout win on the lacrosse field. They took down Thompson Valley 8-1. Montrose Lacrosse, they got a win in a very different fashion, escaping with a 7-6 win. Hawks girls soccer, meanwhile, they won big 7-1 over Coleridge. All right, that was a lot of high school sports. We need to get to break here, but when we return, we're going to head out to CMU to check in on some Mavericks baseball in some less than ideal baseball weather. Don't go anywhere.